Welcome to the Law of One. This is the core of my beliefs, my philosophies, and my understanding of the universe, and I want to start sharing it with you right here. Let's begin by saying that the Law of One material was a series of books that were written in the early 80s by a group of people that channeled the entity called Ra. These books contained everything from philosophy, the fabric of reality, science, quantum physics, and so many other topics about spirituality and our understanding of this reality as it is, that it really is a fascinating topic to get into. The question that follows is, who is Ra? Ra is considered the Egyptian god, the god of the sun, and while it is considered a god, they are not gods. Now you may be asking, why did I say they if it's only one god? But the reason is that, as it's explained in the books, they are not one person or one entity. They are actually what's called a social memory complex. And it's going to get a lot more interesting as we get into the videos explaining what all this terminology is. But for now, I want to leave you with the idea that a social memory complex is the point at which a civilization achieves unity of consciousness, and it extends their ability to understand and see each other, and they share emotions and everything else. Now again, this is going to get very complex if we get to it right away, but just try to wrap your head around the idea that Ra is actually a group of people, a civilization completely united in channeling information. Next, we need to talk about the people that actually channel Ra here on Earth. And we're going to start with Carla Rueckert, because she was the vessel or the instrument, as it says in the book, that channeled this entity and all the information that was coming through. Now, the interesting thing is that while she had a lot of experience in the past channeling entities, she was always conscious when doing so. But this time with Ra and all 106 sessions, she was completely unconscious, which means that she had no recollection of memories of what was actually happening, nor could she see anything that she was doing. And this is very interesting on itself. Next, we have Don Elkin, who was a PhD in philosophies and also had a bachelor's in mechanical engineering. And he was the guy that was asking the questions when Ra would slip into Carla's unconscious body while she was going into this trance, this meditative trance, and he would ask all the questions. Now, Don Elkin had a background of philosophies, understanding of reality, ufology, and a lot of other topics that made him a really good match for asking the questions to Ra. Then we have Jim McCarthy, who actually joined Don and Carla about a month before they started channeling the entity called Ra. And this was very important and crucial because without him, they would not have been able to do so according to Ra. And the three of them had to do this very meticulous session every time they wanted to channel Ra. Carla would have to go in a meditative state where she would go into a complete state of trance and go completely out of her body and in that unconscious state. They had to align certain items that were very important for Carla to be safe and secure in that moment. Jim would start meditating and send rays of light of love around Carla through the whole hour or however long it actually lasted. And Don was the one in charge of asking all the questions, as Ra explained. These three guys were able to get us questions about philosophies, science, history, consciousness, spirituality, ascension, and basically everything that has to do with our past, present, and future. They asked over 2,600 questions, and those are all recorded not only in the books, but you can find it also in transcripts that they have and recordings from all this stuff back in the 80s. So if you want to check that out, also look in the description because I have all that information there, which is free for everybody to check. And now you may be asking the question to yourself, what is the Law of One? Well, I can give you an explanation of it. I think it's so much better if I can leave you with Ra's words about it. In a session, he said, In truth, there is no right or wrong. There is no polarity. For all will be, as you would say, reconciled at some point in your dance through the mind-body-spirit complex, which you amuse yourself by distorting in various ways at this time. This distortion is not in any case necessary. It is chosen by each of you as an alternative to understanding the complete unity of thought which binds all things. You are not speaking of similar or somewhat like entities or things. You are everything. Every being, every emotion, every event, every situation. You are unity. You are infinity. You are love light, light love. You are. This is the law of one. End quote. Now, this is a brief description of how the law of one came to be and what it actually is. What I plan to do in this series is to go through each session, pick a question or two, and talk about it here because I think they're fascinating to know about. So if you want to know more, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and the like button, and I'll see you in the next video where I'll talk about the first session that they did with Ra.